Welcome to this video from the University of Reading Library on how you can be a digital detective and recognise the format of items you find online. Information is published in many different formats. An internet search can retrieve books, journal articles, films, news articles, conference papers and digitised manuscripts. But just because you found them online, that doesn't mean you should cite them all as if they were a website. Knowing the format of something is important because that helps you to evaluate how reliable a source it is and how to cite it correctly. The type of information format can help you decide if the information is appropriate for your need and how you will use it in your assessed work. And before you can reference something correctly, you have to know what it is, because references for different information formats include different elements and are laid out differently. Sometimes the format will be obvious, but often you will need to decipher what format your source is, especially when it's a PDF that you've found online, as so many different information formats get made available to you, like this. Let's look at some examples of sources found online where the format isn't clear and show you what clues you can look out for and where to find them. You can start by looking at some initial evidence in the search results. The web address can give you a clue, such as the word chapter at the end or publications, as in the top and bottom references. When you see cited by and a number under the title, as in the first two examples, this indicates an academic source, most likely a journal article, but it could be a book or a chapter. If you find yourself looking at a mystery PDF from your search results, the first thing you could try is to look for clues on the opening page. Does it have a cover or an opening page with a title and authors or editors? If yes, then it could be a book or a report. Further clues include a place of publication and a publisher's name, and if you see an ISBN, it's definitely a book. Let's look at a couple of examples on this before moving on to our next clue. Here's an example of a PDF of a whole book. This will usually start with an image of the cover on the title page, which will give you the title, authors or editors, and the name of the publisher, Wiley Blackwell in this case. A few pages in, often immediately after the title page, will be more details about the publisher, including the place of publication, Chichester in this example, and the date of publication, 2015. You'll need all these details in order to reference it. An ISBN, an International Standard Book Number, is our definitive clue that this is a book. A report will usually be much shorter than a book. Look out for words such as working paper, research report, discussion paper, technical report. The cover and the title page are often combined and will give you the title, authors and publisher, Oxfam India. The next page, or the last page, will give the publication date, 2010, and the address for the publisher, New Delhi. If you have the place published, then you can cite it in the same way as a book. Without that information, you'd need to include the web address and the date you viewed it. Your second clue will be at the top or bottom of each page. Look to see if you can find a second title. So here we can see a title and also a second title for the Journal of Agricultural and Food Information. When you see a second title, you know that the PDF you have found is part of something bigger, a chapter from a book or an article from a journal. Look again at the information after the second title. Does it include some numbers? In this example, there's a volume number, 12, followed by the page numbers, 270 to 286. We can deduce from this that our PDF is an article published in volume 12 of the Journal of Agricultural and Food Information. You would use all of these details when citing the article. If there aren't any numbers, then it's probably a book chapter. The first image here shows the opening page of our journal article. Notice that it also has an abstract. This is often a clue that the PDF is a journal article, although some chapters have abstracts too. Not all articles follow the same pattern. Some born digital journals do not use volume numbers or page numbers, like the example on the right. The clue here is above the title, Research Article. The journal name is still given at the bottom of the page, PLOS1. When citing this one, you would need to include the DOI web address. You can often recognise a book chapter because it will have a chapter number at the start. In the first example, the chapter number is obvious, and the sections are sequentially numbered within it. There's also a book title and publication details in the footer. You would need all of these to cite it. You would also need to find the place that it was published. In the second example, the chapter number and title are also obvious, but we don't have the book details. You will need to do some more detective work to find that out. Try searching for the author and title, which may retrieve a link to the whole book so that you can grab the details to reference it correctly. Are your clues not adding up? Remember, it could be something else, a newspaper article, a manuscript, a legal document, or it might just be a web page. Instead of learning to be a format detective, you can use library tools to make everything much easier. These tools make formats clear, and they can help you cite them correctly. Find the reading list for your module on Blackboard, and each item will be clearly labelled as an article, a book, a document, or something else. Search for your topic on our Summon Discovery service, and the format will be clear. There's also a cite tool to help you create a correct reference. Find books using the Library Catalogue Enterprise, and all the information you need to cite them is shown, including the publishing information, the place published, and the publisher. If you're still not sure, don't worry. You can just contact your academic liaison detective, librarian, and they'll be happy to help you solve the case.